Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Friday, January 12th. Now, this is not my normal update day, but it is going to be for this week because I'm off work today and I have time. So I thought, why not do the update today instead of Sunday? So this is going to be a combination update where I show you stuff, and then we're going to do a WIP and chat. So I'm going to have this all in one video because I do have some stuff that I can talk about, and then I can get some diamond painting done and talk to you about diamond painting stuff. So I had one question this week, and I'm going to admit I've been sort of lax about writing them down. I answer any question, but as far as like jotting it down to talk about, this has been somewhat of a rough week, which I will talk about when we sit down to diamond paint. But somebody wanted to know what I was doing with the pillows that I'm making, and I will show you. So this is my version of the dough bowl. I do not have the traditional dough bowl that many of you have. This is a longer burger basket that I had that was sitting in a closet and not being used. So this is the basket. And I don't know the name of this. I was trying to actually find a liner for it, and I don't know the name of it. If anybody of you knows the name of this basket, please let me know. But, as that just happened. But yeah, I'm going to be just putting the pillows in this basket, and I have a shelf in my office that I set this on. So, I have ambition to make some, why won't that stand up? I have some ambition to make some Valentine pillows, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. I don't know. I am currently working on warm winter wishes, and I feel like for the most part my stitching progress is slow because I don't stitch every day. Sometimes I go gangbusters and sometimes I don't. And you know, I don't pressure myself anymore about stuff like that. I get done what I get done. Yeah. So, speaking of stitching though, so the project I am working on is this one. Warm Winter Wishes by Primrose Cottage. This was in their sip and stitch box. And I am using the called for fabric, except I'm stitching mine on 32 count light taupe. And I changed the colors. I have the conversion down below that I did. And I did get some progress done. I did do a bit of stitching. I sat and, you know, stitching is not a quick thing. It took me, what I'm going to show you what I got done, it took me like 2 hours to do it. So, isn't it so cute though? I got done all of this in the session that I did. And then I don't remember if I had this done, but I am using Petite treasure braid for the middle of the ornament and the string. And then there's like a little tiny like ornament topper, and that's Petite treasure braid too. But this is really, really cute. I love their aesthetic. They are my favorite designer at the moment. So working on that. And let's talk about the 2024 book of days. So we know I have this. My plan, my plan was to just write down my stitching and diamond painting days in this. But I thought, you know what? Wouldn't it be awesome to write down just good or bad things that happen, like something that happened that day, if something momentous happened. And that's what I did. I decided this is going to be sort of a diary, a record of 2024, and I'll be able to look back and say, oh, this happened in this month, and this happened in this month. So for this week, I diamond painted and stitched one day, Monday, January 8th. And I wrote in there, I stitched Enjoying Winter Wishes very much, and then the Poinsettia Pixie. I got a new light pad. We'll chat about that when we sit over there about why, what happened, because you know I just bought the other light pad. It's only been a few months. I will explain. And I'll talk about it because I'll talk about it when it showed up and Bill was like, what's that? We did lose power for 28 hours this week due to storms. So I have that written down. And then I finished a book. The book I finished this week, I started and finished it. It's called The Whispers by Ashley Aldrain. It is one of the best books that I've read. And I never write reviews on Goodreads, but I did for this one. And I wrote why it just really, the book was completely relatable. And I absolutely loved it. So I've read 2 books this year so far. So not too bad for just, 2 weeks in. And Bill and I signed up to vote by mail. We'll talk about that too. And yeah, so I have just started to just write things. And every day might not have something written in it, but just stuff that stands out for the day that at the end of the year, I'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, when did we do that? Go check the calendar. All right, purchases. So I did, and we are going to talk about the Diamond Art Club mystery box also when we're over there. But I did get my trade. I traded I had gotten 2 round kits and 1 square. I traded one. So I got the other one. This is what I got. Mary Mindy, isn't she gorgeous? I have not opened this yet. I am going to film an unboxing and I probably will put that up tomorrow because I don't like to put up more than 1 video a day. And I have to do, I do a totally different technique now where I open the kit ahead of time so I can look and see where the specialty diamonds are and all that. So we'll talk about the way that I unbox too when we're going to be chatting for sure. And the other purchases, so Primrose Cottage Stitches had a few things and I bought their Valentine's Day Quaker. Love this pattern so much. I love all of their Quakers that they've done and I own them all. And I got their finishing pack. So I got the thread, which is Classic Colorworks Ripe Melon, the rickrack, and the pillow backing because I will be finishing it into a pillow. Now, they use for this 32 count blush. I have a shit ton of fabric, so I might even stitch it on white. I don't know, we'll see. I have fabric, so I wasn't worried about buying the fabric. And then I also purchased their finishing kit for their Christmas quilt, but only because I wanted the pins and the pom-pom. I am determined to learn how to do this properly as an edge. I think I have the rickrack down. I know how to do that. So I probably need to do the same thing with this, have 4 separate pieces because trying to turn it, F that, no. So this comes with the rickrack, the Christmas pins, a piece of felt, and then the backing. So I may take a Christmas pattern and make it like a pincushion. We'll see. We'll see. Ideas, all kinds of ideas floating all around in my head. So that's it as far as me showing you stuff face to face. Now it's going to be time for the WIP and chat. We're going to work on the diamond painting. I'm still working on it. I'm in a spot where it's actually like somewhat confetti. There's a bunch of colors in the poinsettias. So that's been a little tedious. But I don't know if I showed you guys. I got a footstool. I bought one for in here and I bought one for at my desk. And it's helped tremendously. I've just had issues. I have a bunion, so I'm trying to just be very careful and with my feet. I also have plantar fasciitis in one foot, so I've been stretching my feet. I'm a mess, but we are doing good with our eating plan still. That's going pretty well. So I'm going to flip you guys around. We're going to look at the diamond painting. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let me show you the full light pad and then we'll talk about it when I do the diamond painting. Okay. So yeah, this week I got a new diamond painting and I want to say it came Monday because I diamond painted. Yeah. So this is the progress I have on Poinsettia Pixie. So I've done all of this and I'm working on this square now. And I mean, this is all I have left to do. But you can see the light pad is an A2. And what I like is that it has this kind of connection. My previous light pad had the connection up here and it was a USB, and no. Now, this one is a little bit different than the one I used to have. This one has 3 buttons, and so I purchased this cover from Bella de Art Nicole, and I will link this down below because this is genius, where you can turn it on, and it actually, you can make it brighter by this. It has a lot of brightness settings. It has quite a bit. And then you can lower it by this. I think that's the one I have. And I love those buttons and all of that so very much. And the light pad, I want to say, was $60, $65. But yeah, we're going to chat about why I purchased a new one. Let me get you guys set up. Okay, before I get you guys set up to look at the diamond painting, and by the way, here's how I record. See that? That's a really bendy tripod clip-on thing, and it stays. I really like it. Here is the footrest, which I will link down below, but here's my little baby heater that I have in here. This room gets chilly, and I bought this heater so I'm not freezing. Like, my feet were freezing on Monday, and I was like, I'm putting this right on my feet. It works brilliantly. And if you accidentally tip that over, it shuts off. So safety. Win-win. It's awesome. Okay, so I thought, let's get really close up to the section that I'm working on so you guys can see. I'm going to turn on my little heater because my tootsies are cold. And let's have a little chat. Let me switch my glasses because I wear readers when I diamond paint now. And what symbol? We're going to do the Y symbol, which is, what is that symbol? Why can't I see it? Bear with me here for a second. Hello? Do you ever search? Okay, I found it. You ever search and search and search and you're like, I know that symbol is on there because I've done it a billion times. Okay, so what do we want to chat about first? Let's chat about this week as far as like losing power. So we live back in an area where the power lines, you know, and by the way, I have forgotten to show you guys, Bill got me this ring for Christmas. This is one of my Christmas presents. It's a snake and his eye is like a little green gem. I love it. It's so lightweight. I love it. I keep forgetting to show you guys that. So Monday I was off work. Tuesday was an easy day. I was done early. And so, come on now. I was done early. And that's when I came in here and diamond painted and the light pad came. Okay, so I was diamond painting. No, that was diamond painting on Tuesday, not Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, I said that. Yeah, I'm discombobulated here. So it's about 5:15 and I have a lamp on this table and it kind of like dimmed and I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, we were having storms. We were having really heavy rain and we were having immense wind, like 60-mile-an-hour wind. And usually when it's really windy, we will lose power because, like I said, our power lines are above ground. So, and there are lots of woods along our main street. So trees will fall and knock out the power lines and all of that. We do have a generator, thank God, but it doesn't power the entire house. But it powers like the basics so we can keep the refrigerator running and not lose the food that we have in there and that kind of stuff. So it flickered. And I didn't think anything of it, and I kept on diamond painting. And Bill came up at about 5:20, I want to say. 5:15. It was like 5:15. And he's like, I'm going to cook this ground beef because we were having tacos. He's like, I'm going to cook this ground beef right now before the power goes out. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, the power is definitely going to go out. And he had just gotten done cooking, and it went out. And what wound up happening was a tree fell on the power lines and caught the tree on fire. So it was quite a mess down there. And it was so windy and rainy that crews could not even work on it. I mean, it would be unsafe for them to work on it. So we were without power from about 5:30-ish, 5:15, 5:30 on Tuesday night until 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So let me tell you that Wednesday was quite the day. I literally sat, minus us going to the grocery store. I sat, I read 90% of that book that I finished. I did a ton of Myrtle puzzles, all kinds of stuff, sitting. Bill worked tirelessly to make sure that the generator was properly fueled and working and that all of that. So luckily, I have my iPad and we have data on it, so we were able to watch movies. We watched School of Rock. I've seen that movie a bunch, but Bill had never seen it. We also watched Rhinestone with Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone. If you have never seen that movie, it's hard to find. I had the DVD and I burned it and put it on my Google Drive. Love that movie. It's so funny. And he watched some YouTube while I was reading. But yeah, you don't realize how much you appreciate electricity until you don't have it for a complete day. So they were right on the money too when they estimated it to be on at 9 p.m. It was on at like 8:56 p.m. Now, I was also very fortunate that my job for Wednesday canceled, because otherwise I was going to have somebody fill in, because Bill could have powered up my computer and stuff, but we didn't have internet because our internet was on the same pole that the electricity was. So yeah, that was just, but all of that was restored, thankfully. And when the power came back on, so did the internet. So win-win. So yeah, loving electricity right now. So I worked yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty easy day, which was also nice. And I'm off today. Our job canceled for today. Now, I think we might be off Monday because Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. But we're on the calendar the rest of the week, so I should be working the rest of the week. So yeah, that was an interesting Tuesday to Wednesday for sure. And yeah, we went to the grocery store on Wednesday. It wasn't so bad during the day when you could open up curtains and blinds, but man, when it got dark, it was dark. We had candles lit. And luckily, we also have a gas fireplace downstairs, so that provided heat. Our house didn't really get too cold. Like, our house is pretty well insulated. I think it only got down to like 68, which is nothing. I mean, we've had it before when it's been snowy. The one time when I lived here with him, like when I first started living here, we lost power for a couple days. And that's when we had both the dogs and we had a ton of snow and the house got down to like 55 degrees. I mean, it was chilly. But like I said, luckily we didn't have that issue this time because it hasn't been too terribly cold. Because if it would have been colder, all that rain would have been snow. No, it was all rain. All right, am I done the Y symbol? I think I am. We are going to do this symbol next. Whatever. No, I got a whole patch right here, Danielle. Okay. So what else did I say we were going to talk about? Oh, Diamond Art Club. Let's talk about the mystery boxes for a second. So in the mystery box, in some mystery boxes, there was a painting called Try to Follow, which was square. I happened to be one of the people that got that diamond painting. And I knew right away, I'm not doing it. It's square. Well, I had seen that there was that Mary Mindy by Hannah Lynn in there. And so I traded it. I traded that one. And it was a perfect trade. It worked out well. I got the kit. She got the other kit. Well, people were really up in arms about not being able to get that kit, and Diamond Art Club has made it clear that they are not releasing individually the kits that were in the mystery box. And I mean, the defense for that is, first of all, if they released the kits individually, what's the allure of buying the mystery box except to save some money? Because the mystery box was only $120 for 3 diamond paintings, and normally those 3 diamond paintings would have been probably $180. So there was a savings there. But that's the whole point, is that you release the mystery box, and if you don't get it, well, you need to be looking for that kit on DAC Fans or something like that to try to get it. There's a kit that I want from there that I haven't been able to find. Hannah Lynn's Heart of Ice in rounds, because it was released in round and square. And I've put a post, I think twice now, on the DAC Fans group. It's a really pretty kit. I love it. But no one has come forward saying they have it, that I can buy it. You know, people are keeping it. So, but yeah, I was like, no, that, you know, a mystery box is just that. That's the purpose of it. The kits should not be released, because why would you do a mystery box? So now, the next mystery box they have, I feel like it's going to sell out in like 1 minute, because everyone's going to buy it. Now, I realize $120 is a lot to lay out at one time for some people, and you can't use coupons. And, you know, they also just, I feel like Diamond Art Club also does not want you to, if you do resell the kits, to gouge people for them. And there is definitely, in my opinion, just my opinion, there has been some of that. Oh, I missed some Ys right there. People are selling some of these kits, one kit. I saw on Mercari, the Heart of Ice kit that I want, selling for $120. Are you insane? Like, I understand it's a hot commodity, but I don't want to gouge anybody. Like, I kept one of the Hannah Lynn's that I got. I traded the Try to Follow, and then I had masked, and I knew I wouldn't do it. So my friend Brandon, who wound all the bobbins for my DMC vintage chest, he bought it from me, and I charged him $50. That's the normal price of a Diamond Art Club kit. I didn't want to gouge him. He's a friend. I don't want to gouge anybody anyway. That's just not really me. Like some of the princess panels that are now discontinued, some people are selling those for $300 a piece. It's like, well, if you really want it, I guess. But, and you know, that's why too, like, I'm trying to anticipate when Bill retires, and I might not be able to buy whatever I want when I want a diamond painting kit. So it's almost, to me, purchasing these kits and keeping them, it's like a retirement plan. So I have plenty. I have 37 kits. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents about all of that. And so far this week, I don't see any new releases that I have to have. I have almost $50 in reward points. So the next time I go to buy something, why is that not sticking? The next time I go to buy something, I'm going to have like $50 off. That's going to be nice. Is there paper or something on that? Why is that not sticking? Interesting. Let me see something. I peeled off all the paper. There shouldn't be any paper. Wow, why is that square causing me a pain? There we go. I changed my glue dot recently, and when I first change it, it seems to be really, really sticky. I'm going to have to get that Y back out and do those 3 right there. But the light pad, let's chat about that for a minute.
And I think that's all I have to chat. I'm trying to think, what else was I going to chat about? Oh, eating too. Okay, I'll talk about that. Okay, the light pad. So the previous light pad I had was an Art Dot light pad. And up at the top of it, where it plugged in, was like all the wiring. And there was like this black piece of plastic that was stuck to the light pad that held all of that in. Well, I think because the diamond painting hanging over the edge of it pulled on that cord, and that's precisely why I like the ones that have the cord on the side like this one. It pulled that plastic piece up and the wiring was exposed. And I thought, I tried to glue it down, it wouldn't stay. I thought to myself, I'm gonna like electrocute myself or something, you know, having this pulled up. And it bugged me that it didn't look nice, you know, it was pulled up. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get a new light pad. And I honestly also didn't like on that one that the background was like that. You could see the grid behind it, if that makes sense. This one you can't. It's perfectly just white. There's no grid or any lines or anything. Oh, let me do that Y while I'm thinking about it. So I went on Amazon and I really spent some time doing some research. And this is the one I found and I really like it. So I didn't tell Bill that I was switching it out. I was just going to switch it out. To be honest, he would have never known. Except when I went to check the mail, the light pad was outside and the box was giant. And he walked out and he goes, "What's this?" I said, "Well, was that the symbol I just put away?" It was, wasn't it? I said, "Well, that's a light pad." And he looked at me and I said, "There's a story." And he goes, "Oh God." And so I told him very quickly, like, what had happened. He doesn't care. He's like, "Well, how much did that cost me?" I was like, "Oh, about $60. But yeah, I like this one so much better. And I like this is on a dimmer setting that I have it on. And I like it because sometimes the really bright setting is like burning my retinas. So it's nice to have the option for like 5 or 6 settings on it. It is quite a bit of settings. And it's pretty lightweight. I mean, I have it tacked to the table with 3M command hooks, you know, picture hanger strips. And it stays with no problem at all. And most of the diamond paintings I have, I wanted an A2 so I wouldn't have to move the diamond painting around. I just move my chair as I do the different sections because moving the diamond painting around was a little bit of a pain. I like not having to move that until I get to another row and I have to roll it up. So still loving the canvas hook things, from Bella de Art Nicole, amazing. One of the best things I've bought for diamond painting. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about my eating plan for a couple minutes. And then I think that really is the last thing I have to chat about. I can't remember. Oh no, first we're gonna talk about my way of unboxing a diamond painting kit now, because I would say most everyone liked it because I asked for opinions. Except people did. There's Y's up there. Danielle, what are you doing? See, I haven't eaten today. Maybe that's the reason why. People say they miss my facial expression when I show the canvas. So I may try to just get in front of the camera right at the beginning and be like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful." Yeah, I mean, there's going to be trade-offs. No way is ever perfect. However, this is the closest that I come, in my opinion, to perfection as far as how to record, show the canvas the entire time, not having to sit on a stool and showing the diamonds. Now, someone did say that they want me, when I show the pack of diamonds, under the camera, they want me to show it longer. Okay, I will definitely do that. So I will try that out when I film the unboxing for Mary Mindy. But I love the pointer. Someone had suggested using a laser pointer. I'm not going to buy another pointer. I like that pointer. Bill actually wanted me to get one of those pointers that was a hand pointing. And I said, I saw those, but I needed a pointer that was long. Like I am like 40, I remember it's 4 feet away from that canvas when I'm pointing at it. So not every pointer is the same length. All right, let's do that symbol. What is that? And so it worked much better than anticipated. Like for once, because I told him, I said, you know, the channel has had some strife here over the past couple years with just less views and me going down to 1 video a week and just changing some things and not feeling joy with doing it and trying to find that again. I felt really good after I filmed that video because I also felt like with me being able to do it beforehand, as far as looking at the kit, seeing where those diamonds are, I feel, and writing down all the details. I wrote down all the details on a piece of paper. I felt like the video flowed more because when I was doing it the other way, I was stopping and starting. Oh, let me search here. Let me see where this diamond is. Trying to pick up the canvas. There was a glare on it. You know, I want to be as clear and concise when I do those types of videos as I can. And doing it that way allows me to be able to do that. Because I can just give you the details in, what, 10 minutes, 8 minutes? I think that video was 8 minutes. So yeah, I'm quite excited, and I can't tell you how pleased I am with the easel that I got because it literally is just one piece. There was no putting anything together, and I just folded it up and leaned it up against the wall of my closet. So literally I just got to pull it out, undo it, done. It's like 2 seconds setting up, which is awesome. Okay. My eating plan. So you know I'm doing intermittent fasting and low carb combined. And this week, so you ease into, I started with an 8-hour eating window. Now I'm down to 7. I do 12 to 7. Starting Monday, it will be 1 to 7. And then the following Monday, it goes 2 to 7. And that's the shortest window. A lot of people, like my mom has been doing intermittent fasting for a couple months. And she does 20 hours fasting, a 4-hour eating window. And they say, you know, to kind of change it up, because if you do anything for a good period of time, your body gets used to it. So we'll see, but it's working. I'm not starving up until that time. It's a little odd not eating breakfast, but the day goes, like before I know it, it's time to eat. And like yesterday, I didn't eat until it was 12:30, 1 o'clock, because I was working at 12 o'clock when my window opened. But I feel like I feel better. I definitely feel better. I don't feel so, like I said before, so bloated and gross. I'm not eating any junk. And the one thing I did incorporate back, but I wait until my eating window opens, is coffee creamer. Now, I never put like actual sugar in my coffee. I would just use flavored creamer, and I wasn't putting a gallon of it in there. I would put a tablespoon, which is the serving size, and I had 1 cup of coffee. So now when my eating window opens, that's what I have. Because I was just having heavy whipping cream, or half and half. But I'm like, you know, I do miss like the Starbucks creamer. So, and I'm satisfied. I have that 1 cup of coffee. Because I track everything on MyFitnessPal. So I know what I'm eating, how many carbs, all of that. And yeah, no, it's worked out. It has worked out very well. Bill is doing Weight Watchers, so his is a little different. Like, you know, I can have cheese and sour cream and full fat stuff because low carb. And he doesn't, because on Weight Watchers, those things are really high in points. But he's doing good too. So far, you know, it's only been a week and a half, but it's working. And it takes time. I mean, none of that stuff, losing any large amount of weight, because I want to lose like 60, 70 pounds. I know that just seems crazy to me to think. And I told him, I said, you're going to be done long before me, because he goes gangbusters. Like, he'll probably be done in 5 months. He'll be done by May. It'll take me a year. I've never done any kind of plan like that for a year. So right now, I'm just not even thinking that far forward. I'm just thinking, let me get through today. God, give me my daily bread to get through today. That's all we have anyway. But yeah, so that's going well. Now, I'll admit I will be a little bit anxious about it when my first retreat for this year is in April. I am not going to be able to go to the September one probably, because Bill potentially is having shoulder surgery in September. And so I need to be here. And then we are supposed to go on vacation in October to the Shenandoah with our neighbors around the corner. So if that happens, that's in October, and I don't want to take off like 3 days in September and then take off 5 days in October. I really try to think of stuff like that. So I'm waiting for the dates, because I'm going to approach it with my boss like, hey, I'm going to be off these days. Do you want to take a vacation the same time? Because it is so much easier when she's off the same time I am, when I have an extended period of time off. Because when I'm not, I don't want to say it's chaos, but it's difficult to get all the stuff managed. And then I could just come back to just things, just details missing and trying to catch up, and yeah. So, but I mean, everyone's entitled to a vacation, so I'm not taking the time off. It's just how to, you know, schedule the coverage and finagle all of it. So we will see. Like I said, October is quite a ways away, so we don't know what's coming down the pike, obviously. But yeah, Bill is supposed to retire this year in September, but I think he is actually giving that a second thought. I don't know if he's actually going to retire right then. He would max out with his pension in 2025, but he actually likes his job. And his thing, and it makes sense, he's like, you know, I have it pretty easy here. He's like, I don't want to retire and then go get another job and like really be working to earn that money. And I went, that makes sense. I get it. So I don't know what he's going to do. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we are still very early in 2024, and you don't know what's going to happen, like I said. But so far, minus not having power for that entire day, things have been going good. I have felt, you know, with eating better, I have felt different mentally. Now, I will admit, yesterday, I was grumpy in the morning, and I think Bill could tell when he called me, because, you know, I have chores that I do every day. Laundry, making tea, emptying a dishwasher, doing banking, all that kind of stuff. Well, when the electricity's out, you're not doing any of that. So I knew on Thursday that I was going to have a job ahead of me. Luckily, our job wasn't starting until 11. But I was trying to get done 2 days worth of stuff in the morning before my job started. So I was kind of testy on the phone. I was just like, And he knew it. He's like, I'm going to let you go because I know you're busy. I'm like, yeah, because I'm trying to get done, like I said. Oh, the mail-in ballot. Okay, so we got something in the mail, or Bill did, that allows you to apply to be able to vote in the election through the mail. I like that so much better than having to go to the school. So that's what we're both doing. I signed us both up. And so that's how we're going to vote this year. And I told Bill, I said, I'm sure more people will start doing that. You know, that probably started since COVID. But I bet more people are going to opt to do that. Because why would you not? It's just so much easier. So they will send us, I think, a link to the ballot through email 30 to 45 days before the election, if I have that detail right. And I will have to print it out, we fill it out, and then I'll mail it. So I can't believe this is already an election year. We like actually watching the debates, because I'm not very informed about the candidates and what they stand for and things like that, but we do enjoy the debates. So that will be something to watch, you know, coming up here. But our team is in the playoffs for the Super Bowl. So our team is the Baltimore Ravens. So hopefully they don't play this week, but then they play next week. And if they win that, then they move on. They play another game. And then I think after that is the Super Bowl, because there's a week break in between. So fingers crossed. Bill likes watching all that stuff. I usually, when we're watching the game, if my stepdaughter's here, you know, I'll chat with her. But if she's not, then, and it's just him and I'll be like on my phone doing Myrtle, reading. I mean, I pay attention to the game somewhat, but I can, you know, take it or leave it. It's not changing my life or anything like that. Now, last year, and I just remembered this, my mom did a football pool. See, when I was in my early 20s, still in college, and I worked at like a Party City. It wasn't called Party City. It was called Pasadena Party. That was my favorite job I've ever had, by the way. We used to do a football pool. Well, my grandparents used to have a Super Bowl party every year where we would all go over there. So let's do 5, because there's only a couple of those. And why 5 is not number 5, I don't know on this, but Diamond Art Club has gotten better about doing that, where the numbers are the number. At the party store I worked at Super Bowl time, there was a Super Bowl like pool, this big poster you could buy. So we would all do that. And, you know, my grandparents have been gone for a few years now, but they stopped those parties a long time ago. Well, last year, my mom actually did it at her house, and she just emailed everybody the pool, and we bought tickets, and I don't think we won any. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do it. So, what's the next one? I think I'm going to end it here because I don't know what else to chat about. Oh, I used my Ulta gift card from Jill. There's a eyeshadow palette from Morphe that I wanted. And I went to buy it and I went, wait a minute. You have a $25 gift card, and the palette was only $30. So I bought that from Ulta. It's really pretty. So I used that, and I messaged her today. I'm like, I used your gift card. And tonight for dinner. So, you know, with eating healthier, it gets monotonous, right? And I'm always trying to find like different things to eat that are healthy, but that still tastes good. And I remembered when Jill was pregnant with Miles, I think she had gestational diabetes. And so she had to eat low carb. And she made what is called tortilla pizza. You may be asking, what is that? First of all, it's delicious. You take a low carb tortilla because Mission makes low carb tortillas. You set your oven to 350. You lightly brush the tortilla with olive oil, and you could even use like a spray, you know, like a Pam spray. And you cook it in the oven. You bake it in the oven for 5 minutes to get it crispy. Then you put your toppings on, because you can find a low carb pizza sauce. Mozzarella cheese is naturally low carb. I put Italian seasoning on mine. And then I also put sliced mushrooms, but you could put any kind of vegetable or meat that you want on there. And then you bake it, you put it back in the oven and bake it for another 4 minutes. And because the tortilla, you know, a tortilla is what? I don't know, 8 inches around. Then I just cut it into 4 and I eat it. And let me tell you, when you are craving pizza, and you can't have like the Papa John's big thick dough pizza, this hits that spot. It scratches that itch, and it is so good. So I'm having that for dinner tonight, and I'm looking forward to it because I'd completely forgotten about it. And Bill is having a BLT because we bought pre-cooked bacon from Costco, fully cooked bacon. It's so good. But I've had a bacon sandwich. I had a bacon sandwich every day for the first 8 days. So I was like, I'm kind of baconed out. So today, I mean, I need to eat. I think I'm going to have some eggs and hummus. And maybe a cheese stick. And of course, a cup of coffee. But yeah, it's about finding, you know, the ways to eat and still enjoy your food. Oh, what I was talking about, when I go to the retreat in April, I'm a little anxious about like eating out, because, you know, we eat out every meal. But I will be getting probably just a salad. Like, I know if we go to Carrabba's, I'll get a chicken Caesar salad. And is that the symbol I'm doing? Yeah. And I need to actually talk to my friend Margot. She has lost 100 pounds. And she eats very healthy. And I need to kind of pick her brain. Now, I will probably bring some almonds with me because I like the salt and vinegar almonds as a snack. And I also will bring some RX bars. They are a little bit higher in carb, but a lot for it. And that could be, I mean, by that time, I won't be eating until 2 p.m. anyway. The one change, though, will be getting black coffee at Starbucks, because Cindy and I go to Starbucks every morning when we're at the retreat. But that's okay. I'm used to drinking that. So that won't be a huge issue because I got to have my coffee. And then once the window opens, if I really wanted to, I'll need to do some research about lower carb options there. Because I know, what did Bill and I look up? We looked up something the other day. And I was like, oh, he's like, when we were going out the day we had no power, he was like, what's a hot mocha from McDonald's? As far as like calories and carbs. And I'm like, first of all, way too much. And I looked it up and it was something cuckoo crazy. So luckily, Starbucks has all of their, you know, you can look up the nutritional information on their website for their stuff. So I will have to figure out a new signature drink. The cappuccino might not be too bad. I just probably can't get the pumps of mocha in it that I normally get. Like I said, though, unless I allot for it in my eating window, which I absolutely, I mean, you do have flexibility. I have a certain calorie count that I want to follow. Because here's the thing with intermittent fasting. You know, they tout that you can eat whatever you want, and you can. But you can't eat whatever you want and still expect to lose weight, if that makes any sense. I mean, you can't do intermittent fasting and eat a ton of crap and expect to feel good and lose weight. It just doesn't work like that. So, and for me, honestly, once I get like a week or two under my belt of eating like no junk, lower sugar stuff. My glue dot is sticking to these AB diamonds. I don't crave it. And that's the really important part, because if I don't crave it, I can walk right by something and not want it. Like when we go to these retreats, the Tangles retreats, there's a whole back table that's loaded with snacks and goodies. So I won't be eating any of that, because I know as soon as I take one bite, I'm going to feel like I'm at square one. Like I'm going to then have the cravings. I'm going to want it. So it's literally just best. Oh, I finished that whole square. Let's go. It is best to just stay away from it. If I want something sweet, I eat fruit. Yes, I know some fruit. I try to stay on the berry side of fruit, because strawberries, raspberries, they are lower in carb than other fruit. But I will fight somebody saying, I'm not 50 pounds overweight because I ate too much fruit. I will die on that hill. Yeah. But okay, I'm going to end here, guys. I hope you enjoyed my chat and seeing my progress on stuff. Like I said, stay tuned tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to film that unboxing later on today after I eat, of Mary Mindy. So stay tuned for that. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Ooh, that was really dark. I turned it off. I wanted to see what it looked like. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much, as always, for liking, watching, sharing. Anybody who's a Patreon still and still has joined the channel, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.